Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Oh, I got a coffee I previously used. It was good stuff. Oh boy, yeah. That's good coffee. That really is. Pete's Coffee, French roast. Yeah, this was really good. Suggested by viewers. This is terrific. This is their dark roast, French roast. And it has, the notes are coffee forward, wood smoke, and burnt caramel. Oh yeah, this is delightful. This is really terrific cup of coffee. And Rodney Ripplinger sent in this little bit of information regarding coffee. And he writes, this is the exact amount of coffee you should drink according to a Harvard brain expert. Now, he provided a link, and I took some of the information from there. I'll share it with you right now, but I'll link it below if you want to read the entire article. It says, scientists agree drinking coffee is good for you. That's good news if, like most Americans, you enjoy coffee and perhaps rely on it to help you wake up in the morning or stay alert during the day. In the last couple of years, more detailed research on coffee has sought to zero in on just how much coffee you should drink every day for maximum health and brain benefits. They found the answer. You take a guess? How many cups? Well, I'll take a guess before I reveal the answer. Take a guess. Go ahead. Ready? You should drink 3 cups. Yeah, 3 cups a day. Yeah, I'm about 3 to 4 cups a day. Yeah, I used to be more than that. But yeah, I think I've settled into 3 to 4 cups a day. And I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Hey, if you're taking me on your morning commute, hey, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. Boy, we got some great stuff this morning. I say it every week, but it's really true. We got a lot of stuff in the new shaving gear segment. And wow, I mean, we are just really we're stuffed, we're stocked, we're ready to go. So let's kick it off as we do every week with a morning shaving tip. This morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Alex Tyakov, and he writes, "Hi Mark, love your program. I'm new to the wet shaving community, so glad to be a part of it. I'm learning so much from you and your audience. I have a shaving tip to share. I use compressed air, the type used to clean computer keyboards, electronics, etc., to blow away all remaining water and or moisture from my Henson TI-DE shaver. The long tip provided helps to access all the tiny razor parts that get damp in the process of shaving and take time to air dry naturally, leaving water stains, etc. It's like running your vehicle through a car wash and having high pressure jets of air beat away water at the end of the wash. Same principle, but on a much smaller scale. Keep up the amazing work. Best, Alex T." Alex, that's a great tip. That really is. I never thought of that, and I'm sure a lot of us have those cans of compressed air laying around because we all have computers and laptops and photography equipment and that sort of thing that every once in a while we need to clean away the dust or some little stuff little particles of whatever, little dirt or lint that fall in between the crevices of our keyboard, that sort of thing. That's fantastic. That really is a very good shaving tip. Thank you very much for sharing with everyone here. Something I'm going to look at. You know what? I might even use it on my my Merkur Progress because this is a razor that comes apart in pieces like this. And, it'd be great to blow the compressed air inside there to really clean it out. I find myself blowing it out here, trying to get that dry in there. So that'd be great to blow that compressed air in there and to get all that excess water out of there. That's absolutely a fantastic tip when it comes to not only the Merkur Progress, but the Parker variant, which is constructed the same way. So that's a fantastic tip. Thank you very much. And if you have a Progress or a variant out there, hey, great tip. Get some compressed air used for electronics and try that on the Merkur or the Progress or any of your razors. Thanks very much for that, Alex. Really do appreciate it. And to say thanks, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, all you got to do is send me a shaving tip. And if I use it in the Monday morning mailbag segment, you too will receive an original George signed sketch, just like Alex is going to have mailed off to him. So again, just email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com with your shaving tip. And if I use it, you'll get one of these. Thanks again for the great tip, Alex. Really do appreciate it. Hey, we got an extra shaving tip this morning. This one comes from viewer John Meyer. And John writes, "Hello, Mark. As an avid Monday morning mailbag viewer, I thought some of the channel watchers could use this tip. I am someone who never throws things away without thinking how I could reuse it for my shaving needs. After finishing my deodorant container, I removed the push-up plug and label. I thoroughly cleaned the lid and tube. I had a small brush I purchased from Razor Rock, a Big Bruce, that I thought would fit inside perfectly. By twisting the brush slightly, I could insert it into the tube and secure it with the cap. The open end of the tube allows air to get in so the brush can continue to dry. Now I have a great travel brush holder and/or storage container ready for use. It keeps the brush from banging around in the DOP kit. This empty tube can also be refilled with a soap using the push-up plug to dispense like you did with the deodorant stick. I put my Arco stick in it. Works great. If you use this tip, there is no need to send a poster because you already sent me one for an earlier tip. Hope the community can use the tip. Take care, John." John, thanks very much. That's absolutely a wonderful tip. Thank you for the photos. And John also very kindly sent me a container to demonstrate to all of you how this works. This is great. Now, again, you can see that here's the push-up plug here. You take out the push-up plug like that, and you can see it goes all the way through. This is the open end that he's talking about. So if you have a brush, I have a Razor Rock right here. I have this Razor Rock brush right here. And if you take this and just kind of give the knot a little bit of a squeeze and put it in like that to make sure that you don't bend any of the hairs, okay? So there it is right there at the open end. And then all you do is take the cap and secure it this way. So the handle, the base of the handle is down here, and look at that. Isn't that great? There's the brush right there, okay? And it can continue to air out. So this brush fits very, very nicely. I also checked my Simpson T1, okay? This fits just with no problem at all. Again, you gotta give it a little bit of a twist, kind of get it in there, okay? Make sure the hairs aren't bending up or bending around, that sort of thing. Fix the cap. Look at that, and that one's all the way down there. And it continues to dry. The air gets in, it continues to dry, and it protects the brush. That's absolutely brilliant. That is so very, very slick. Now here's my T2, and here's the T1 just to show you the size difference. This is the T2 here. And again, I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a squeeze here just so I can get the knot in there, give it a little twist, as John was saying, and then use that cap there to hold the base, and look at that. How about that, huh? That is really, really very, very slick. I got one more brush to show you. These are synthetics, and they tend to dry out very, very quickly. Here's an Omega boar brush. Now, this is going to take a little longer to dry, but this solution is perfect because it allows this boar brush to continue to dry. So again, this is just a perfect size for this container, okay? Right here. Here again, here's the open end. I'm going to give the bristles a little bit of a twist, and I'm going to kind of put that in there. Make sure that those bristles aren't bent up or anything like that. There we go. Okay, I like to do it that way. And then look at that. And then that boar brush can continue to dry because they're not going to dry. A boar brush won't dry as quickly as, say, a synthetic brush. Synthetic brushes just dry really quickly and they throw off water. This is a great solution for either a boar brush, a badger brush, a synthetic brush. It accommodates these size brushes. An absolutely brilliant tip. And as John said, you can also use it to dispense an Arco stick, figure out how to put that in there with the platform, that sort of thing. That'll work also. That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely a brilliant tip. Just absolutely love that. John, thank you so much for sharing this tip with viewers in the wet shaving community. So next time you're at the grocery store or the drugstore and you're going to pick up some Under Armour deodorant, get something similar to this container here, because after you're done with it, as John suggested, clean it out, take off the label. You can hang on to this platform if you want to use it to dispense a shaving stick, or set this aside and use it again, right? That's great to store or have something for for storage, or for a brush holder for travel like that. I like to kind of make sure that none of those hairs are getting bent up or anything like that, and just like that. And there you go. That's absolutely brilliant. Wow. Fantastic tip, John. Thank you very, very much for sharing with the viewers. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, I'm getting low, and it's that time of the show, so let's all go back for a refill. Okay, hey, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Nothing better. Great shave, great cup of coffee, makes for a great morning. I mean, that's how I feel. So really, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you had a great shave, or you're going to have a great shave. Let's get to some of these refill topics. Viewer Shalfer wrote, Mark, another great Monday morning mailbag. I've been using Scuttle's brush and bowl for a long time now. Right now, every day I use my Georgetown Pottery G20 Scuttle, which is also a monster and heavy. After done shaving, I dump out the water and just let it sit out overnight on my counter uncorked. No problems with any funk or odor, since as you say, it's just water. Before I put it away, corked, I would definitely put it upside down like you mentioned, so it was thoroughly dried. Also, the G20 and other sizes have raised verts, which are rounded. One important tip with these scuttles, watch the water temperature, as you can have the scuttle too hot for a soap. This is easily overcome though, if you just whip up the lather in the hot scuttle and then apply it to your face. Then as the lather cools, it will thicken and may need some water, but you don't need to start over with the lather. And as the scuttle cools, so will the lather, so it will be better for the second and later passes. I think I know what you're saying there. If it's too hot, just keep whipping it up, and as it cools down to a less than hot temperature, but still being warm, it'll thicken up. I think that's what you mean there. I think. Let me know in the comments below if I interpreted that correctly. But yeah, we talked about shaving the scuttles. The G20 from Georgetown is about a 20 ounce. I think it's a 20 ounce interior reservoir. This is the Dreamscape from Phoenix Shaving. It's 18 ounces, so about the same size. And yeah, it has these raised vertical ridges here which are rounded and a little smoother. Makes for really a great resistance, but yet smooth enough to where it won't damage a boar brush or a badger brush, that sort of thing, where you can really whip up a nice lather. So yeah, we were talking about how do you dry them out, that sort of thing. I am doing the same thing. I am just setting it on the counter and just letting it air dry like that. I was turning it upside down, placing it on a towel, making sure that this was still open so air could get up underneath. But really, I'm just leaving it open like this, and it doesn't seem to be worse for the wear. It really is. The Dreamscape really is terrific. I really, really do like this scuttle a lot. And of course, I'm a face latherer, and I love using the brush scuttle. I mean, this is one of my favorite things. But boy, this Dreamscape really, it's a lot of fun to use. I really do enjoy the lathers it makes. So thanks for that, Shalfer. I really do appreciate it. Viewer Alfred Spencer checks in with a follow-up on the My Shaved In app that we talked about last week. And he starts out by saying, Mark, okay, because we talked about my name. Mark is also a name of a famous author, actually got his writings in the Bible. Yeah, well, that's who I'm named after. Absolutely, St. Mark. I wanted to follow up on the Shave Den app. It turns out the developer of the app is in Shave Talk Facebook group. He told me the app is free to try out with limited data input. The Pro upgrade is a one-time charge of $4.99, and Alfred adds here, well worth it. Also, he is working on an Android application. Good stuff this morning. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, My Shave Den, we talked about this. It's available for the iPhone. It sounds like this gentleman is working on it for the Android, an Android version. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I've heard great things about it from the viewers. You can open this up, input your razor, your brush, your shaving soap, your blade, all kinds of things, and then record all the information about the shave you had, rate it, add some notes, add pictures, it's just absolutely fantastic. You can do it all on your phone or tablet. Absolutely fantastic, but right now it's only for the iPhone. So it's available for Apple and not yet for Android. So hopefully he'll get it out there. The developer will get it out there for the Android end of things. And if he does, I'm definitely going to check it out. That'd be great. Beth Jones checked in, and she sent along an email that she received from the folks at Bull Goose. This is well worth mentioning here. Dear Elizabeth, Tbnac shave soap is a timeless classic and was always the soap that veteran wet shavers recommended for new wet shavers to try. Very, very true. I've done that. I know you've done that as well. The tallow formula lathers easily and produces a nice, slick, and cushioning lather. Like so many of the classics, the bean counters have gotten in the way, and the soap has been miserably reformulated. Lucky for you, we still have some of the good stuff in both bowl and shave stick form. Grab it while you still can. So if you're looking for the original formula of Tbnac, the tallow-based stuff, Bull Goose Shaving has it. I still have a couple of pucks of the tallow-based stuff left. I also have a shave stick of the tallow-based stuff. And here is a retailer saying that the new stuff is not that great. Now, we've had some feedback from viewers about it. I'm still looking for more feedback. I'm going to have to try it myself to really kind of know firsthand. I'd like to do that down the road. But in trying to obtain it through Amazon, I bought a couple of pucks, and they sent me the original tallow-based formula. I've been waiting for all that stock to be sold off so that the restocked stuff will be the new formula. So we'll see what happens down the road. But Beth, thank you very much for sending that along. It just sounds like Bull Goose is not too happy with the new formula. So yeah, and they are correct. This is something that I have recommended to new users. This was a game changer for me when I came back to the traditional wet shave. I found this like a lot of other new wet shavers do, and it was boom, lather. I mean, right away. This was incredible stuff. And I think we all have high hopes for the new formulation. I'm not going to know until I try it firsthand, but there's someone who seems to think it's not that great. So, take it for whatever it's worth, I guess. Thank you very much for sending that along, Beth. Really do appreciate it. Brian, also known as the Scentless Shaver, writes, "Hey Mark, yeah, the My Shave Den app is amazing. The guy who developed it is named Matt Spatafora. You can reach out to him via Facebook and Messenger if you have any questions. I know he's working on developing an Android version, but since writing programs isn't his full-time job, it may take a little while. I love using the app. I loaded my entire den, which at the time consisted of over 400 separate items between hardware, software, accessories, etc. There is also a super cool roulette feature where you can let it randomly choose items from your den to suggest for a shave. You may end up getting an amazing shave from products you wouldn't normally think to pair together or just to break the monotony. Have a great day, Brian." Brian, thanks very much for mentioning that feature. Really do appreciate it. Didn't know that. Now I'm all the more excited about maybe getting an Android version of this app down the road. Thank you very much for that. Really do appreciate it. JimiV Photography. JimiV checked in. Hi, Mark. I've been using the travel scuttle as a brush scuttle after I started to do a lot of face lathering. This was my question that I posed last week about the travel scuttle from Phoenix Shaving. It's lightweight, it holds water, it's a terrific size, and I was just wondering if you put some hot water, because this is microwavable. You can microwave this. And if you put, and it's polyethylene or polypropylene. If you put hot water in here, you can then use this, I was thinking, as a brush scuttle. You don't necessarily have to use it to build your lather. You could face lather and just let that sit in there and keep the brush and the lather warm as you would a brush scuttle. And I was wondering if anyone does this. And JimiV is confirming this. And he says, I've been using the travel scuttle as a brush scuttle after I started to do a lot of face lathering. It's big enough to lay any size brush in, holds a lot of really hot water, so the brush lather stays really hot. I think it works even better than the actual brush scuttle, but I love the brush scuttle, so I still use it when I'm not on location. I love the brush scuttle too. And yeah, this is the Pro Boar brush from Omega, and yeah, that fits in there nicely. That's a big brush. I tell you what, putting in water from the kettle into the Dreamskate shuttle gives you some hot lather. The other day I used the Atomic Rocket with Atomic Bay rum in the scuttle. Got a bit carried away. Made enough lather for a platoon. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I've done that with the Dreamscape scuttle as well. I saw your reviews on the lather lid and it looked a lot less aggressive than the photos I saw previously. So for sure it will be part of my next order. I only use PAA synthetic brushes, so I can't see any problem at all. Your mention of the razor travel case made me think of this to show you. I leave this set up in my suitcase all the time, so I never have to worry about not having my razor when I go on location shoots. JimiV is a professional photographer. This little case is pretty much indestructible and protects my travel Rex Ambassador. I always have a full-size tub of shave soap and or sample soaps along with the travel scuttle, but just in case, a little soap sample for emergencies. Here's the Amazon link for the Pelican case, and he provides that there. That is neat. I keep my suitcase pretty much in preloaded condition so I can grab and dash without much worry about leaving anything behind. Only thing I need to toss in is my meds kit. Have a great week, my friend, JimiV. Jimmy, that's absolutely great. Terrific feedback there. Great to hear about the travel scuttle, using it as a brush scuttle. I'm going to do that again just to do it. Should be a lot of fun. And that case is really pretty amazing. The lather lid, yeah, that's another nice option. You saw me demo it a couple weeks ago, I think. We talked about it in the Monday morning mailbag on a new shaving gear. Yeah, really neat kind of item. For shave soaps, if you haven't seen that, check out the previous episode. It's just listed. Just go into the list there and find out where it is in new shaving gear. Click on that and just kind of scroll through. You'll find a discussion of it there. But really a neat item. And again, another option for travel to accommodate you if for some reason you don't want to take the travel scuttle or for whatever reason. It's just another really, really nice option. Another tool for the tool belt. So thanks very much for that, JimiV. Really do appreciate the feedback on that. This comment comes from viewer Lance Cooper, very similar to what we just discussed with Brian, what Brian just discussed with us. And Lance writes, Hi, Mark. I use an app called Random Name Picker on Android and put all the soaps, razor blades I have in it. The app will then choose a random one from whatever category I want and take it out of the list. This way I cycle through all of my soaps, razors, and blades until the list is finished and I start again. Some of the combinations can surprise you. The app itself has nothing to do with shaving, but it's nice to use when you're not sure what to shave with. So this is a really neat app that's kind of like the roulette wheel that Brian was just talking about in My Shave Den. So if you have an Android phone and you want to try something like this, it's called Random Name Picker on Android. So thanks very much for that, Lance. Really, really do appreciate it. Viewer Baha Guler checked in. Mark, I'm late to the party. Many thanks for the mention. I'm humbled and honored. Well, I used one of his comments in Monday Morning Mailbag. Hey, not a problem. My pleasure, Baha. Really, my pleasure. He writes, I really enjoy Monday Morning Mailbag. Such a weekly treat. Thank you very much. As for my favorite boars, I'm with you on the top two brands. Omega and Semogue are what I have mostly. From the Semogue line of boar, my favorite is the Owner's Club Premium Boar with a cherry wood handle. Such a classic. Reminds me of how my grandpa could have shaved back in the day. He'd probably slap me in the face if he knew how much I spent on wet shaving gear. My grandfather as well. The SOC brush simply belongs to the old world. Part of the attraction to the traditional wet shave, at least for me, is the desire to go back in time and experience the simple pleasures of yesteryear. PAA brushes are probably really good, but it's like driving a Tesla during World War II. I understand. You get something like this that is old school to do an old school traditional wet shave. Yeah, I understand it. Absolutely understandable. Back to Semogue. I should warn that SOC board brushes tend to eat a lot of lather, so keep your soap close by during your shave. Other than being a lather hog, though, the SOC is pillowy soft, but still manages to do a magnificent job of exfoliating and preparing the skin for the shave ahead. Omega definitely is the champion of value, and the Pro 49, the 10049 model, is widely regarded as the best deal in wet shaving. It retails for around $9, and I have the white and the red handle versions, which I enjoy very much. Maybe I should also get the black version and complete the collection. Simply phenomenal brush, even without considering the price. If you do consider the price, what you get is amazing. A dream boar for me probably has a Semogue handle combined with Omega knot, but I like all my brushes, as is Cheers. You know what? You're right. The Omega brushes are really terrific. I like Semogue. I agree. The handles on the Semogue are better. The knots on the Omega are better. So yeah, I agree with that. And I have the Pro right here. This is the Pro version right here. This is terrific. Boy, that's a big brush. And this one right here is terrific. Used this the other day, and yes, it is. I use it because I wanted to go back to using a boar brush. Your discussion of it, your comments inspired me to pick up my boar brushes and use it. Yes, it's terrific. It does eat lather. So yes, you have to keep the soap nearby. Not a problem, all part of the process. Whereas with synthetic brushes, you tend to get 3 passes, 3 lathering rounds, 3.5, 4, that sort of thing. With this, I'm usually getting 2. Then I got to go back in if I want to do a 3rd pass. Not a problem though. Yeah, pillowy soft, really nice for exfoliating the skin. Terrific. Thank you for the comments, Baha. I really do appreciate it. And wrapping up, Tman2217 writes, I'm primarily a face latherer, and I don't like blooming soaps while they are in the tub, but I have been experimenting with bowl lathering for a while in my Captain's Choice copper lathering bowl. What I find to be most effective is to scoop the soap out first, put that in the bowl, and mash it into the bottom a bit. Get some hot water on that and let it set. And while that's setting up, you can get your razor and brush ready, and by the time you're done, the soap in the bowl should be ready to go. Dump out the bloom water and build your lather. I've been thinking of getting the PAA Travel Scuttle for a while now, mostly for the fall and winter seasons, and the Travel Scuttle has the right size and durability, I think, to make a good lathering tool. It's just the moisture in the inner chamber that concerns me, but as someone mentioned on a Monday morning mailbag, I think a little rubbing alcohol might be able to clean any mess. Thanks for the video and demonstration of the soap. You know what? This is really a terrific item. It really is. It travels well. It's lightweight. Again, I think it's polypropylene. If I didn't get that right, I'll put it down correctly and below the screen. But yeah, it's rugged. It really retains the heat well. You can microwave. You can fill this with water and microwave it and get a really hot water in there. There's something about the plastic material and lathering, even though it's really hot inside. As I recall on the product page, it doesn't break the lather down as a ceramic scuttle would, just as we were just talking about just a little while ago. If the water's too hot in a ceramic scuttle, the soap might get a little foamy. You have to wait for it to cool down to not a hot temperature, but a warmer temperature, and it'll thicken up again. but this doesn't seem to have that problem. I'll link to the product page so you can read that. I recall reading that when I first got this. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what the case is. So yeah, really, really terrific. The Travel Scuttle's great. The Dreamscape Scuttle's great. The Brush Scuttle's great. Boar brushes, Tbnac. Really, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for some great, great topics in this week's refill. Really terrific, terrific stuff. We'll do it again next week. Hey, it's that time of the show. Let's check out some new shaving gear. We have got some great, great stuff in this week's shaving gear. I mean, we got a lot of great stuff. So let's kick it off with what arrived this past week. The Blackland Era 3D printed stainless steel razor. Here it is right here. And had a question about it because there's something on the inside flap with the kind of profiles the razor a little bit. What's really nice is the packaging has this little magnetic flap right there, which is kind of a nice touch. But when you open it up, there's the razor, and there's also a packet. I want to make sure I don't drop it. There's the razor there, and there's also a packet here. This contains blades and some O-rings. I'll get to that in a minute. But on the inside here, it says, Era. You are now the proud owner of the most advanced safety razor ever made. Using sophisticated metal 3D printing and precise CNC machining, the Era is paving the way for the future of American manufacturing. Welcome to the revolution. Welcome to Blackland. Beautiful, beautiful razor. Terrific, terrific heft. Wonderful low profile to that razor head there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, it ships with a washer there to prevent the rubbing of metal on metal. I asked about that, and I got a really nice answer from Shane Swartzlander over there at Blackland Razors. I asked about the washer, and I also asked about this 3D printing and the CNC machining. I was under the impression that the entire razor was 3D printed. It's a combination. So he writes, "Hi, Mark. Thanks for reaching out. I'm glad to hear that your Era arrived quickly and safely." The grip rings. This is what he was at. I got to talk about the grip rings. He said the grip rings are exactly as you suspected. Now let me just open this up right here. This has the grip rings. They give you some blades in here. Okay, let's just pull that out. So they give you some blades, and they also have some grip rings. These guys right here. Let me pull that out. Hang on. Let me just let's get an eraser and a pencil here and just kind of. You can tell I'm a cartoonist. I'll always have a pencil laying around or a pen. So there they are, these grip rings right here. See that? These grip rings can be placed over the handle and fit into these grooves right here, so that you have 6 grooves there, and they give you 6 O-rings here, or grip rings. And that way you can have those right there for a little extra rubber gripness here. And that's what he writes here. The grip rings are exactly as you suspected. They are optional to increase or customize the grip of the Era handle. You can install as many or as few as you'd like. I don't personally use them, but grip is a subjective experience, so we wanted our customers to have the option. You can see a photo of them installed along with some information towards the bottom of the Era page. My apologies. I didn't scroll down that far, so I apologize for that. Thank you for pointing that out to myself and the viewers. You may choose to use the washer or discard it. It's strictly cosmetic in order to prevent the base plate from being scuffed during shipping. Some customers prefer to keep the base plate pristine, and some don't mind it getting scuffed by the handle, since the handle covers the scuffs. Anyway, there is no performance difference when using the washer, so it's entirely up to you and your personal preference. So if you don't want to use this one, I'm sure a buffer ring would be fine. That's my guess. The handle, stand and top cap threads are machined. The top cap and base plates are majority printed, and they also receive some light CNC machining after being printed to ensure tight tolerances and a perfect shave. I hope I've covered everything, Mark. Please let me know if I've missed anything or if you have any additional questions. Thank you, Shane Swartzlander. Absolutely beautiful razor. Thank you, Shane, for answering those questions. It is really, really very, very beautiful. Love the handle, love the shape of it, love the grip. I don't think I'm going to use the grip rings. I think it's fine just the way it is. Again, it's nice to have the option, so it's entirely up to you. And check out the base plate here, and they've got Blackland USA. Now I got the level 3 base plate there, so you can see that I got the level 3. That's right there in the middle. It's a nice mild shave. It's not overly aggressive, not overly mild. As I recall, it's right there in the middle. And that's what I'm going to go with there. It's nice that you can get additional plates. If you want something a little more aggressive, something a little more mild, then you can get them. That's really, really very, very neat. So terrific manufacturing process for a really neat razor. And I have not yet shaved with this. I'm really looking forward to having a shave with this. It's just, everything about it is just top notch. And it was at a beautiful price point for a stainless steel razor being manufactured the way it was. I think it was $70, $75 plus another $5 to ship, something like that. Absolutely wonderful. Just terrific. And also has a hole in the bottom. I believe that's for the optional stand. So yeah, it's just absolutely terrific. Like it a lot. Like the grip rings. Came with blades. Just really, really terrific. So thank you, Shane. And thanks to others out there who pointed this out to me and also to other viewers. If you don't have one and you're looking for a nice stainless steel razor, you might want to get this one because it's produced with cutting edge technology here in the United States of America. Really, really very, very neat. I got contacted by a gentleman named John Probst. He is a co-founder of Heritage Hill Shave Company. They make some wonderful shave soaps. I've already used one of these shave soaps for a shave, and it's wonderful. They have a website, and the shave soaps that they showcase there all have an American history patriotic theme. So, for instance, they have John Paul Jones. They have Patriot. Here's one, Sovereignty. These are beautiful, beautiful lathering soaps. I've used John Paul Jones. This is their Bay Rum version. The notes here, take a look at the label there, okay? You can see the notes there. I'll read the notes to you, okay? This is Bay Rum, teakwood, cedar, bergamot, and patchouli. This was beautiful. I absolutely love this scent, and it lathered beautifully. Sovereignty is black tea, bergamot, cedar, jasmine, and patchouli. This is fantastic because when you sample this, you get that black tea. I don't think I've ever had a shave soap that has had that kind of unique scent. It's absolutely beautiful. These are tallow-based, and boy, they lather really, really well. Here's a new one that's going to be released mid-March, Midnight Run. How about that? The Midnight Run is a scent inspired by Creed's original Santal, and the scent notes are, top notes, sandalwood, cinnamon, juniper berries, and coriander. The middle notes are lavender, ginger, rosemary, and petitgrain. Base notes are vanilla and tonka bean. And this is another great scent. These are 3-ounce pucks, and they are being sold for $9.99, so just under $10. And there is a lot there, and it makes a beautiful, beautiful lather. So this is going to be released mid-March. This is another really, really wonderful, wonderful scent. Here's Washington. This one, the notes on this one are tobacco bay, jasmine, patchouli, sweet orange, and fir needle. And when I first sampled this, and having the name Washington, the first thing I thought of was Mount Vernon, where he lived, where George Washington lived. It has a beautiful, sweet, outdoorsy kind of scent. Boy, everything is blended together very, very well. I really do like the scents of these shave soaps. Patriot. Patriot has 3 basic notes: lime, bergamot, and patchouli. And that is, they all blend together really, really well. And the patchouli in this one has a little bit of an edge. Yeah, terrific. Really, really nice. And finally, the last one that they sent along was Libertas. And they said here in an email to me, the Libertas is an inspired scent from the cologne Abercrombie & Fitch Woods. Those scent notes are citrus. That's the top notes. Top note is citrus. Middle notes are lavender and exotic spices. Base notes are vetiver and musk. Yeah, this is another really, oh, that is really nice. That has a nice gentlemanly kind of scent to it. Really, really terrific. And the scents are their own custom blend. And he also said another little fun fact about John Paul Jones. Where's John Paul Jones? I'll get that for you right here. Another little fun fact about John Paul Jones, as it was a scent inspired by my late father, one of our customers did a YouTube video about the story behind it, and then he sent along a link. I'll provide that link below also so you can see that YouTube video about their shave soap, John Paul Jones, and how it was inspired by John's late father. One other note about Libertas shave soap. This one is available exclusively at the Razor Company. So that's where you can find this one. I think it was a cooperative between Razor Company and Heritage Hill. So that's where you can find this one. Terrific, terrific shave soaps. Really, really do enjoy them. And the Bay Rum is another top-notch Bay Rum scent. This John Paul Jones. Before shooting this video, I checked the page. This was sold out. Hopefully it's back in stock. I guess being sold out means it's quite popular. So yeah, terrific. Again, 3-ounce pucks, less than $10. Beautiful lather. Believe they're all tallow-based. This Bay Rum is marvelous. Really, really wonderful. So I love the patriotic theme. Love the American history theme. Love the scents. They all lather really, really well. I've had a couple of shaves with John Paul Jones, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So we'll be reviewing that and some of the others down the road. They're all terrific, terrific scents. So thanks very much for that, John. I really do appreciate it. Again, Heritage Hill Shave Company. They're out of Jacksonville, Florida. They got a terrific website, and they have some really, really terrific shave soaps. And the other thing I like about them is it's a nice size. Great for home, great for travel. So yeah, that is another really upside to having this size shave puck. So really, really terrific and a nice price point. So thank you very much for that, John. I really do appreciate it. Boy, this is something else we need to talk about. Hopefully you saw the review last week of this. This is the Supply SE razor. Boy, this was absolutely fantastic. I love this. It's an injector razor from the folks at Supply. This is their new upgrade. If you followed Supply, they were on Shark Tank. They had the Supply 2.0 razor, which came with 3 interchangeable base plates. See, if you take this off right here, this thumb screw, this base plate comes off. You can clean out the inside if you want to. You can manually load one of these blades if you want to. It is an injection. It's an injector razor, so you can use. Well, here, let me get the information here. Here's the box right here. Really nice presentation. The box and that sort of thing. Let me get this. This was sent to me by viewer Greg from Virginia, and I want to show it again on the Monday morning mailbag because it really delivered a beautiful, beautiful mild shave. So if you have these Schick Pro Line blades, the B20, it doesn't have the key. It doesn't have this key to inject it, but to inject the blade. But you can take off this base plate here just by undoing this screw. Be careful, there's a little spring there that helps compression to keep this base plate snugged up. And then you can go ahead and clean it out if you want to, or if you want to, you can manually install one of these blades because it doesn't have an injector key like this. But they sell their own black label blades like this. They also sell a white label blade. And yeah, all you do is just, I'm not going to do it again because I did it in the video review. All you do is just insert the key like this, pull this lever back, push it this way, and then it will spit out the old blade and install the new blade. And the alignment is spot on. It's perfect. Now, the one thing about this razor here is that it has these fins right here, these precision-made fins. These are part of the nick stop technology, and it reduces nicks by 75%. And that is really something. And I used it before shooting this video, and I got a beautiful, beautiful shave. Absolutely marvelous. So here, the point here is that if you have the 2.0, or you were thinking about getting the 2.0, the 2.0 is being discontinued. It's being replaced by this and also by their Adjustable Pro. I don't have the Adjustable Pro, but I'll also link to it. You can read about that as well. So here's what they write about it. What is the SE? What's happening in the 2.0? What if I have the 2.0? And they go on to say, we are honorably discharging the 2.0 from Supply Shaving Service. It has been an amazing razor. It's done more than we could have ever imagined. We love it. We hope you love it. But it was time to innovate, improve, and move forward. That means we will no longer stock 2.0 razors. However, the SE shave setting will be compatible with the 2.0 razor handle and is available for purchase. And all our injector blades are backwards compatible with the single edge 2.0. So if you have a 2.0 and you want to try this SE, you can just buy this base plate here and plug it into your 2.0, and now you got an SE. That's fabulous. That really is fantastic. If you want to get the 2.0, when they're out of stock, they're out of stock there. You might have to go to a third party to get one, something like an eBay or whoever, I don't know, Etsy, whoever else might have it. But they've said once they're out of the 2.0, that's it. But this is an absolutely fantastic single edge razor. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've used a lot of single edge razors on the channel. I've used some of the vintage Gem. I've used the Schick. I've used a lot of them. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, but boy, this is the one to get. If you've been looking for a single edge razor to try, this one is great. It's intuitive. It's easy to use. Their slogan is built like a tank, drives like a Tesla. Absolutely. It has some great heft. The build quality is very, very solid. And it does. It drives like a Tesla. It's like you're on autopilot. It really is wonderful. It's terrific. It really is. And very easy to find the shaving angle. And yeah, that nick stop technology there, that works. I'm telling you, that really delivers a smooth, smooth shave. So I wanted to mention that about the SE razor from Supply. It's just a beautiful razor. It's very well made. This came courtesy of viewer Greg from Virginia. Again, Greg, thank you very, very much for allowing me to show this to viewers and to review it. It's terrific. It's a terrific razor. So thanks again to Greg, and thanks to the folks at Supply for really making a terrific, terrific razor. Their website is great. All the information is there. Very easy to navigate. You want to get all the information about Supply, the SE, the Pro, accessories, that sort of thing. I have a case coming. I bought the case for this because, you know what, I'm thinking down the road, I might travel with this on weekend getaways. You just put a blade in, you don't have to take any extra blades. If you put in a fresh blade, you're all set to go because each blade is good for about 8 to 10 shaves. So, obviously your mileage may vary, but that's what they gauge it at, about 8 to 10 shaves. So, if you're going to do a weekend getaway of like, say, 3-4 days, you don't have to worry about ever changing out a blade. You're all set. So yeah, that's the Supply SE single edge razor. Just wanted to mention that. It was terrific. It gave me some really, really nice shaves. Now, here is something that I received from viewer Fernie Beck. I also reviewed this. I hope you saw this. Talk about something that's on autopilot. Talk about something that delivers a great shave. My goodness, this is the Karve Overlander razor. This thing was absolutely fantastic. This is such a precisely made razor. This comes out of Canada from Karve. This is their newest razor from what I understand. Also comes with an optional base. Absolutely beautiful. Just terrific. It also shipped with a plastic washer to keep the metal from rubbing on metal during shipment. This is solid brass, and it's going to patina over time, but they also included some instructions on how you can care for this and keep it looking at its best if you don't want it to patina. It is just absolutely terrific, terrific, terrific razor. Smooth, efficient, mild, but efficient. Again, this is one of those things that you're on autopilot. You can shave with this. It is so easy to find the blade feel, the shaving angle. It's absolutely terrific. It has some wonderful, wonderful heft to it. One viewer said it has kind of a steampunk kind of look to it. Another viewer said it has a vintage look, manufactured by 21st century methods. That's another great way of looking at it. I think it's one of those razors that fits in any environment. It's great for the cabin. It's great for the boardroom. It's just so highly adaptable in its looks. It has wonderful heft. It has a really nice low-profile razor head, and the fit and finish on this is so very, very precise. There is absolutely no movement in this cap and razor here. It fits like hand in glove. And what is really nice is that it's a slot here. It's a slot and groove configuration. And the grooves on the base plate don't go all the way through. So you have a nice flat base plate, but everything aligns. Even the blades seated in the cap align beautifully. There's no movement or slop. And the clamping of a blade is just wonderful. You don't have to worry about over-tightening. It's terrific. Now, in the materials I received, they do not recommend using a buffer ring or using the washer. That's my understanding. I did email them again to clarify that, but from what I understand, the materials I got, they said, when the razor comes with this ring installed, do not use this. Just use it the way it is like that. And that's the way I've used it, and I've had several shaves with it, reviewed it. It's a wonderful razor. I mean, as I say, a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. If you're not doing the traditional wet shave, what are you waiting for? There are so many great products out there, and they're innovating. There's so much great innovation out there. I mean, from the Supply SE single edge razor to the Karve to the Blackland razor that I just showed you right here, 3D printed, CNC machined. I mean, this stuff is just amazing, just absolutely amazing. So just wanted to pass it on to you. And also, Bart Bartlett wrote here about the Karve Overlander razor. He said, nice review. The way you praise the Overlander, I'm assuming it's your favorite DE over all the other DEs you've reviewed. That's the way I feel about my Rockwell 6S. Well, I'll tell you what, this is definitely at the top. This is definitely at the top. It is just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful razor. I've got some stellar, stellar shaves with it. So, I couldn't praise it enough. My reviews were back-to-back with outstanding razors last week. The first, the Karve Overlander, and then the Supply. Both fantastic razors. And I'm absolutely expecting the Blackland Era, the Era from Blackland razors, to be another really, really outstanding razor. Looking forward to this. And, again, you can get additional plates for this too, to increase or decrease the aggression efficiency of it. So yeah, boy, a lot of thought going into these, a lot of great companies producing some really, really, really great products out there. So yeah, the Karve, the SC from Supply, the Blackland Era, boy, terrific, terrific stuff. This comes from viewer Chuck Price. To kind of shift gears altogether, Chuck writes, "Good morning, Mark. As I have gotten deeper into the hobby of wet shaving, I've been looking to expand the experience. I found this on Amazon, and since I've been looking to try one, and the only thing stopping me was the cost of a feather Kamsori, Kamsori, Kamsori. I decided to try this, and wow, what a close shave and fun new experience. I use Feather Super Pro blade, but this will work with any artist club blade like Feather and Kai, except the Feather Light. Just another way for members of the channel to enjoy the wet shaving experience. Thanks, Chuck Price. Chuck, yeah, that's along the lines of a Shavette, and I have some Shavettes. I just haven't had the time to actually use them and really hone my technique to do a review. As you can see, there are so many great single edge and double edge razors coming out. It's just a matter of my making time. I'm glad that you showed that to wet shavers. Again, another great direction to go in if you want to try that, because, the Shavette, the straight razor experience, really, really wonderful from what I hear. Now, I have used the Shavette in the past, but again, I haven't really devoted enough time to really speak of it from a point of experience. I don't have much experience with it, but hopefully down the road, I will be able to find some pockets of time and work with it, because yeah, that looks like a really good option. And it's not foldable. I've been using the foldable ones. Maybe I should try that one. So thanks very much for passing that along, Chuck. Really do appreciate it. Now, this next item comes from a gentleman named Terry McRae Serpa. He contacted me, and he has a product called Shave Rescue. This is really a neat product. What it is, and he gave me two of them. He gave me one to use and demonstrate and show you, and then he gave me another one to give away to viewers. Now, I don't know how I'm going to give away this one. I might just put this aside and give it away in the next giveaway. Maybe we'll do a giveaway at, say, 7,500 viewers, maybe at 8,000 viewers. I'm not sure. Just trying to find a way to do a giveaway somewhere along the lines, and this will be included, this Shave Rescue. But let me show you what it is right here. Okay, this one is opened right here, and it's called the Shave Rescue. It's called the Rescue Brush from Shave Rescue. Okay, and they have, and here it is right here. Okay, I'll show you this right here. It fits in the bottom. It has a suction cup, and it fits in the bottom of your sink for when you're shaving. Here it is right here. Okay, here's the suction cup right here. Here are these bristles right here. Okay. All right. And the idea here is you put this in the bottom of your sink where you fix it. Now, if you're using a cartridge razor and it clogs up, all you have to do is insert, just go under the water and just pass this over the brush, right, to unclog your razor. How about that? Now, here's what he writes. I have my Portuguese ethnicity to thank for the fact that I typically have a 5 o'clock shadow by noon. Couple that with my lifelong involvement with hockey, where it is culturally encouraged to have facial hair of some sort, and I became the perfect profile for this product idea. As such, I have had a lifelong issue with razors clogging, and it's no fun shaving when they become that way. I've tried tapping my razor against the sink, running it for prolonged periods of time underwater, use an old toothbrush, Q-tips, toilet paper, towels, and paper clips to try cleaning the gunk out of my razors. Sure, I could grimace my way through a shave, but so not efficiently or without a lot of discomfort. This source of frustration triggered my entrepreneurial side, and off I went into what I call my Geppetto's workshop, where I cobbled together the very first prototype of the original rescue brush. Frustration solved, and so it began. Really a neat idea. So you just affix this in the bottom of your sink, where under the water, and then just go ahead and as you're shaving, and if it becomes clogged, instead of rinsing, you just pass it over this brush like this, and you unclog your razor. Now, he mentioned tapping the inside of the sink. I wish this was available when my grandfather was around shaving many years ago. Because as you know, I have his old type, his Gillette old type safety razor. Now, I found it in my father's shaving gear, and the assumption here is that it belonged to my grandfather. This is 100 years old. This goes back to the late teens, early 20s. Probably, I've been told by some wet shavers, probably be anywhere from between 1918 and 1922, somewhere in there. Well, it's 2022, so this has got to be at least 100 years old. Now, here's the thing. With this razor right here, I'm going to try to show you this too. This tooth, see this tooth right here? It's bent inwards. It's bent in this way. Now, that really doesn't affect the shave. It's just that I've been told don't try to straighten it out because it'll snap off. It'll shave fine. Now, if it was, it's bent east to west. If it was bent north to south, then you'd have a problem. But because it's bent east to west, I'm able to shave with it. And really, I don't really feel any difference, is what I'm saying. However, most likely it's bent that way because Grandpa, when he was shaving, he probably took this and was wrapping it on the sink to get the gunk out of the open comb. If he had this, he could have just passed that over, problem solved, no bent tooth. That's what I'm saying. So that's when I saw this, I thought, yeah, absolutely, I'd be happy to talk about it because I can kind of relate to it from the perspective of having this vintage razor. Would have been great to have this back in the day, but now you have it now. So if you're a cartridge razor shaver and you're using like the Mach 3, I had a look at it. You're using the Mach 3 or a Dorco with 7 blades, whatever it is. Here's your solution to unclog that cartridge razor. Shave Rescue, the rescue brush from Shave Rescue. Thank you very much, Terry, for passing this along. I'll have links below to where you can find it. He also has social media links as well. He's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll let you get a screenshot of that. I'll have those links below as well. And the rescue brush from Shave Rescue. And again, there's a diagram, and I have another diagram that I've been posting on screen so you can see it. But a really, really terrific idea. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out myself. Hopefully I'll get a video trying to figure out how to position the camera and that sort of thing. How do you get it? I don't know if I can get my camera underwater, but that's kind of a demo of it there. And again, he very kindly sent 2. One to try and show you, one to give away to a lucky viewer. We'll probably do it in the next giveaway, unless someone can come up with some way for me to select a winner for the next few days, but I don't know of a way to do that. We'll just probably wait for the next giveaway and give this away with a prize package of some other items. So yeah, the rescue brush from Shave Rescue. So that came from Terry McRae Serpa. Again, I'll have links to this. I'll have links to this and to all the other items I talked about in new shaving gear. Wow. Again, I told you we had a lot to talk about, just absolutely amazing. So my thanks to Terry and to all the others who contributed. And really, this has been absolutely great. We're going to do it again next week. Okay, let's get to some of these questions and comments. We'll kick it off with something from viewer Ivan Kaz. Now, he left this comment in the shave-in review I did on the Gillette Fatboy. And he wrote, just my 2 cents, but since the Fatboy was actually called the 195 and they sold it for $1.95, maybe they discontinued it because production cost got too high and they couldn't afford to sell it at that price anymore. Anyway, great review. I have mine that I ordered off eBay coming tomorrow, and I can't wait to try it. Yeah, these are great razors. These are great razors. And you know what? That theory, I don't know. That theory sounds like it might be pretty solid. It makes sense. $1.95, $1.95. Maybe it got to be too much. Maybe they had to retool, and then during their retooling, they decided to just go with the slim and streamline it somehow. I don't know. But either of these are great razors. And there's some wet shavers out there who actually prefer the slim over the Fatboy. And I guess the Fatboy has a lot more cachet, a lot more prestige because they didn't make that many of them. Whereas the slim had a much longer production run. From what I understand, if I'm correct on the history, I think this was maybe, the Fatboy was maybe 2.5 years, I think. Whereas I think the slim was probably at least a good 10 years, maybe a little longer, somewhere in there. Other folks out there know more about the history of these razors than I do off the top of my head. But they're both terrific razors. And again, if you get one and it's not in that great a shape, you can send it off to be replated like I had this one replated by Razorplate, razorplate.com. Chris Evett. They did a great job. They really do. And these it's nickel plated again as it was originally. It's going to last and last and last and last. And yeah, these fat boys are these razors are just great. And somebody mentioned, and I don't know if I have it here in my notes, but somebody mentioned, isn't it amazing that a razor that sold for $1.95 has lasted 60 years? That is amazing. That is really, really amazing. So yeah, hey Ivan, thanks for that. Thanks for pointing out that little bit of trivia information, or that guess of a trivia information. I don't know, maybe someone can clarify that. If you know, comment below. Was it called the 195 because it cost $1.95? Just let us know if that's the case. And if you know any more information about why it was discontinued and they launched the Slim, sure would be interested in that as well. But thanks very much for that, Ivan. Really, really do appreciate it. Okay, this next comment comes from Jim from Northfield. And he writes, look what I discovered. I took this ceramic shave bowl and placed my Captain's Choice copper shave bowl right on top. It works perfectly. There is just the right amount of room for hot water, and the copper bowl retains the heat wonderfully. The copper bowl fits perfectly on top of the ceramic bowl. I made my own Scuttle. Your Monday morning mailbag inspired me when you were discussing the PAA Scuttle. Have a great evening, Jim. Yeah, hey, Jim, that is really, really neat. I did something similar early on when the channel started. I had what I called my poor man's Scuttle. I found a large kind of a soup mug, really large one, and then I found another ceramic bowl that fit in very nicely on top of that, and I just filled the water up, and I had what I called the poor man's Scuttle. And it worked well. It worked well for quite some time. I would use it every once in a while. But yours, I think, is even better because, as you say, you've got the copper shave bowl there that retains a lot of heat. That is really, really very, very nice. Great, great idea. And again, fits in with the theme of repurposing things, reusing things, as John Meyer pointed out to us early in the show. Just great to see that kind of innovation. So yeah, there is something right there, folks. If you have that Captain's Choice copper shave bowl, and you got another ceramic kind of bowl that you can drop that into, there you go. You got a really nice Scuttle. So hey, thanks very much for that, Jim. Really, really do appreciate that. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog, for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for some great, great shaving gear. Check out vikingsblade.com for some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the products I review in this channel, organized and categorized, so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.